Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to a brand new video on PrizePicks. I'm breaking down my 3 favorite plays for Monday Night Football. But first up, go ahead and drop a like on this video if you want to keep cashing out, because that's exactly what we've been doing in the last couple days. Let's take a look at this. So this was the Saturday play. 4 of these cashed out. Only one of them was a goblin play. That's something that you might notice a lot of YouTubers doing, is they check a lot of goblins in there and then they go, I win 80% of my plays or whatever like that. Obviously you do your taking easy plays. We're not about that here. We take actually pretty even lines most of the times, and we got 4 or 5 on Friday, so very solid. And I say put it in as a flex play, so we got 2x on this play right here. But the reason that I do parlays, guys, if you don't know by now, parlays are not the optimal way to bet, right? Parlays are not the optimal way to make money. So what I do is I set these in individually as player props on a book like Onyx, FanDuel, whatever you do. You can go ahead and do that your own. I set them each individually in as player prop picks, so we've actually hit 8 out of the last 10 player prop picks on this channel. Absolutely insane. Nobody else is doing it. It's a 8-2 run. And the only thing that we missed, we almost swept the board yesterday. Mark Andrews did not hit his 3 receptions line. Everything else went crazy. I told you guys, take Rico Dowdle, start him in fantasy football. 58 rushing yards was his line. He got 206. Absolutely insane day, guys. We are literally picking the best players right now. 8 out of 10 in the last 2 videos. This was the Saturday video. This was the Sunday video. If you want to get more picks like this, first up, follow the channel. Second up, join the Winnable, because we also dropped a free play in there. And this was Justin Fields over 246 passing plus rushing yards. I even broke down exactly why I love that play. And what do you know? I put a ton of money on this one, and we cashed this out. He had way over this line by the end of the fourth quarter. And basically everything that I said was going to happen did end up happening on Sunday. Elite day. If you guys want to get free VIP, I'll explain that super soon, but make sure you guys are signed up on the free plan. Literally takes 2 seconds, completely free to sign up on the free plan, and you get free plays like that Justin Fields one that you can just go ahead, lock in before the action, and you can just feel really good about that pick. Cashing, add it to your parlays, whatever you want to do. I took it as a straight pick and absolutely smacked. I mean, just look at that, guys. 1,500 into 2,800. Absolutely insane. But let's talk about how you guys can get free VIP super quick, because I was telling you to get on these apps the last couple of videos just because it's good for you. Now I'm adding an extra bonus just for you signing up on any of these apps. You get a free month of VIP. All you have to do is text me at this number right here. So in order to get that free month, text me proof of you signing up with code BAM on Sleeper or on Chalkboard, and make sure you use this code. So once you guys sign up with code BAM, it's going to give you a free $20 entry, and B, a Patrick Mahomes free square. So Mahomes at 1 yard, easy win. Of course, you add that to whatever parlay you put on. Basically, it just gets whatever you put into the app. It just gives you an extra boost to go ahead and start making more money on the app, because that's exactly what we're going to do. In the VIP, we help you turn $100 into 300, $300 into 1,000, 1,000 bucks into 10K, and we just keep building like that. So that's what I asked you guys to do. Code BAM on Sleeper or Chalkboard, and you're getting a free month of VIP. If you want to lock that in, just text me proof at this number right here. My personal phone number, I'll just send you guys a message back super quick, and we'll get you locked in to the best free picks in the world. Now, let's talk about play number 1. We're going over to Xavier Worthy on receptions, or receiving yards, excuse me. So basically what we're doing here is we're charting someone. Of course, he's questionable, so hopefully he doesn't end up playing. I'm recording this on Sunday night, right after the Bills game finished. Crazy game, by the way. Hats off to the Patriots for winning that one. But anyways, we're taking Xavier Worthy right here. Obviously back from injury. This was week number 1 where he played like 1 snap. Got injured, so that bar doesn't really count. He's only really played 1 full game, and he had 83 yards against the Ravens defense, which Ravens defense used to sound like a super big name team, and they still are, right? But they're really injured, so the Ravens defense isn't really that great nowadays, or at least for the next few weeks. But a defense who really is garb. I mean, let's talk about it. It's the Jaguars defense. And if you guys remember me showing a graph very similar to this last video, you'd remember when I was talking about Cam Ward going up against the Arizona defense. And I said they were 32nd and 31st or something like that in defending against the wide and the slot positions, which is where quarterbacks love to throw. I said that last video with Cam Ward. And what ended up happening to Cam Ward? Cam Ward ended up getting 265 yards when he was only projected at 180. So he absolutely smacked this line. And this is why statistics-based plays will always favor out over just picking whoever's the hot hand or whatever the heck you feel like it. So in this case, the Jaguars are the worst team in the league at defending the wideout position. the third worst at defending the slot, the third worst against defending the backfield, and in the middle of the field, they're not great either, right? So they're really bad at defending basically every position. And the good thing is Xavier Worthy plays most of his snaps out in that wide spot, right? He's their number one guy who loves to go deep. And because Rashee Rice obviously out, Travis Kelce is good, but not where he used to be in his prime. Xavier Worthy is 100% going to be the number one target earner in this one. So I could see him getting a ton of, bubble screens, just them using his speed right there. And as well, he's going to go pop the hood on this Jaguars team at least once. They're literally the worst defense to his position. It's going to be an easy hit. And if we look at how have other players done against, the Jaguars defense, this is where you might look at this and be like, wow, I see a lot of red. But what you have to do is you got to look deeper than that. Because I'm not looking at every wide receiver going up against the Jaguars. I'm looking at just the wide receiver ones, right? Because the wide receiver ones on the teams are the ones who are going to be getting the majority of the targets. And how are the Jaguars at defending a good wide receiver one? They're pretty bad. Ted McMillan, week number 1, he hit his projection. Jamar Chase, he hit his projection for 165 yards. Nico Collins hit his projection. The only guy that missed was technically Jawan Jennings, but he left that game with an injury, so it really doesn't count. The Jaguars against wide receiver ones have given up over their respective projection in 3 out of 3 games this season. The 49ers really don't have a number one wide receiver, so that's why I can't say 4 out of 4. And his line is at 52.5. This makes no sense to me. Easily my favorite play of the day for player props. Lock this one in. I hope he does play, because if I talk about all this and he doesn't end up playing because of injury, that would feel real bad. Anyways, let's get into the second play of the day. We're sticking with the Chiefs, and we're going Patrick Mahomes over 1.5 pass touchdowns. So he obviously had 4 against the Ravens last week. And if we look at how, you're going to see very similar numbers right here. The Chiefs offense is very solid, and the opposing defense, the Jaguars passing defense, is not good at all, right? The Jaguars passing defense is not great at all. We already talked about this with Worthy, but let's just see another stat that I want to focus on. If you guys can see at the bottom of the screen there, I don't know why. It doesn't seem like I can zoom in. I can kind of zoom in. No. I'm not going to try to mess around with it, but if you can see under defensive rank versus DTZ, it says pace number 3. So the Jaguars play the 3rd fastest games in the NFL this season, which means there's going to be a lot of quick possessions and a lot of probably popping the hood on teams, which means, you beat the secondary, and it pretty much means that there's going to be a lot of scoring, right? Mahomes had 4 passing touchdowns against that game against the Ravens. Now they're playing against the Jaguars, who play the 3rd fastest football in the NFL. I expect this one to actually be very back and forth, very quick moving. Hopefully not at all like the Sunday night first half, which it was 3-6 or whatever it was. So I expect this one to be a quick moving game. Mahomes could really hit this line by the end of half. And another good thing you want to look at is where are the Chiefs going to go when they get in the red zone, right? A lot of teams, they look towards their running back, right? It's a very solid way to get in the end zone. But the Chiefs running backs, they're really not all that great. If we look at the rushing yards right here for the Chiefs, you've got Kareem Hunt at 27 and Pacheco at 28 and Mahomes at 21. So Mahomes is really close to being the RB1 for this team. I could see them giving it to Kareem Hunt on the goal line, but they definitely trust the ball in Mahomes' hands more. So I love him on the over at 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now, let's move in to play number 3. And I got one more bonus play after this, by the way, so stick around. But this one is Dyami Brown on the over. So we love him right here at 28.5. And I'm kind of going back and forth between taking his receptions at 2.5 or taking his receiving yards at 28.5. But I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the play, and you guys can make your call, whichever one you want to take. Likely he's either going to hit both or miss both. But let's go ahead and talk about this one. The opposing defense, right? Or Dyami Brown right here. Obviously, we knew this already. He plays 93% of his snaps out on the side, right? He's not the number 1 wide receiver on the depth chart. And he's behind Travis Hunter. He's behind, obviously, BTJ. He's kind of up there with Parker Washington. But I like Dyami Brown a lot to just basically be like a wide receiver safety blanket in a way. A lot of times when Trevor Lawrence is scrambling, Dyami Brown is already far down the field. He comes back, does a QB scramble drill, and is able to get catches and just secure yards, easy yards for Trevor Lawrence, especially when Travis Hunter has been a little bit unreliable. Of course, he's had highlight moments. BTJ has been super unreliable for how much of a superstar he's supposed to be. In previous games, Dyami Brown has really been that guy, right? 52 yards against the Panthers, 57 against Cincinnati. That's super consistent right there. Then in this game, he goes out with an injury. Obviously, he doesn't play last week, and now he goes up against the Chiefs. He's coming back into this line, and they instantly have dropped his line down to 28.5. I don't get it at all. Before the Panthers game, I told you guys to take Dyami Brown. His line was at like 23.5, I think. I told you guys to take him. He doubled that line, and he hit it for 52. Then I told you to take him in week 2, and he cashed for us again. He was an absolute cash cow until he goes out with an injury right here. Now he comes back, and it seems like Vegas hasn't learned their lesson. They just put this line bang on at 28.5, really not changing a thing, even though this guy has been insanely productive. And another lovely thing to look at when you're looking at, receptions, receiving yards in a team, you got to look at the game script, right? The Chiefs are going to be winning this game. That means that the Jaguars are going to have to throw the ball. This is a very similar thing. I know I keep bringing up the exact same play, but I talked about Cam Ward for this. I talked about Breece Hall for this. And this is the exact same reason why these guys hit. Cam Ward hit because he was down by like 17 points and he had to throw the ball. Breece Hall hit because they were down by like 25 million points against Dallas and Justin Fields had to throw the ball. Breece Hall caught his receptions line. Demon play, by the way. People aren't doing that. Demon play. We cashed this out. So 8 out of 10, last couple of videos. And these are my 3 plays for the day. Downey Brown on the over, Mahomes on the over passing touchdowns, and then Worthy, of course, on receiving yards. So that bonus play, I'm going to be dropping in the winnable. It'll look a lot like this. Hopefully it'll look like this, but the play will look a lot like this. NFL free play today. I'm just going to drop my favorite sportsbook play, player prop play, whatever it is. I'm going to find an absolute lock and send it there to you guys. So make sure you guys are signed up on the free plan. Make sure you guys are joining the winnable because we are going to absolutely cook in the VIP. And if you want to get free VIP, go ahead, sign up on Sleeper or on Chalkboard with code BAM. If you're already on both of those apps, get your friend, get your mom, get your girlfriend, your dad, whoever it is, get them on Sleeper or Chalkboard with code BAM. Text me at this number, and within a matter of minutes, you'll be on the VIP for 30 full days. That's all I got for the video. Let's make some more money on NFL Monday.